Hello and welcome to Tarot Cards and Tea. We are here in the Conjuring Room. I'm Tia, and tonight I am drinking a blackberry mint tea with a little bit of rum because it's mojito.
And I'm Sonia, and I am drinking whatever Tia made me.
Also a mojito.
Also a mojito. Because tonight, well, kind of tonight, it's summer, so of course trying to do an after dark video at our age is like, do we want to wait until 10?
I mean, it is nighttime. It isn't quite dark outside yet, but it's dark adjacent. It's evening.
It is evening. But we're doing an after dark episode because we're going to talk about dreams tonight. I'm excited about this one. But before we go into it, let's do a tarot reading.
I love to do a tarot reading, and I love a theme. So our tarot reading will be dream related as well. Our dream conversation is going to be talking about dreams that aren't quite dreams. There's something else to them. So if you are someone who has dreams that you feel like are a little more than just a dream, then this tarot reading will be for you. This is going to be a tarot reading where we ask the deck, what does that dream mean? And whatever dream that pops into your head when I ask that question, that's the dream we're talking about. What does that dream mean? What lesson are you supposed to learn from that? And where do you go from here? It's always a crapshoot when I ask this kind of question because I have no idea what I'm going to get. When I read for myself, I have some expectations of what I'm going to see, but when I'm reading for just general folks, I have no idea. Okay, so what does that dream mean? The card I got for that is the World.
Wow.
So in this case, I think the World means it's the completion of a cycle. Something for you has completed. It's an ending card, but it's not an ending card in a negative sense. It's an ending card in a, you finished the marathon. You got to the end. So perhaps the dream is telling you that you did it. Good job. On to the next, usually. Because even though it's the completion card, our lives aren't really complete until we're all the way done. So what's the lesson you're supposed to learn from that? And the lesson is the Hanged Man. And in this case, I think this could go one of two ways. The Hanged Man has a lot of different meanings, but for this, I'm getting one of two. One could be a patience card. Okay, perhaps the lesson you need to take from this dream is patience. Whatever it was that completed, whatever it is that's coming next, things take time. The other thing could be a shift in perspective. Maybe whatever it is that they've shown you that's completed is going to change your perspective on that situation or on your life in some way. And then where do you go next? 5 of Wands. This card used to bother me. It shows a lot of conflict. It's a conflict card. But I had someone tell me, a fellow tarot reader told me, that the 5 of Wands is conflict, but it's more of in a game kind of conflict. So like
competitive.
It's a competitive kind of card.
Yeah.
So it's not just you're fighting somebody, but you're playing against them. And that everybody here is pretty evenly matched. So get out there, fight for what it is you want, play the game. You have to be patient. Things don't come just automatically, but whatever it is that completed, it's on to the next thing. Get in there. You're evenly matched to whoever it is you're fighting with. And then the card at the bottom of the deck is the 3 of Wands, which is somebody who started off on a journey and is just kind of stepping back a little bit, regaining their bearings, trying to figure out where they want to go next.
Oh, so that rounds it out very nicely.
Yeah. So your dream is telling you that this stage, whatever it was, is finished. You're moving on to the next one. You're going to have to be a little patient, maybe look at it from a different perspective to really figure out where you want to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so you wanted to talk about dreams, and then I got really excited because I myself have had some really interesting dreams. And I've told you my dreams. Like just the random ones when I wake up, and they're pretty deranged, but but there are other kind of dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned 2 different types.
Well, I mentioned 2 different types. I mean, there's lots of different kinds, but 2 different types that maybe we could talk about. And one being prophetic dreams, dreams that foretell the future, and then visitation kinds of dreams, where someone comes to visit you with a message of some kind.
I have a lot of experience in visitation dreams. And if you haven't heard our ghost story episodes, I have a lot of experience with ghosts. And so I think that is the way that I'm communicated to, is through my dreams.
Okay. So I always like to ask this question because I think it's a little different for everybody. And I'm never sure how to explain this for myself. I just kind of know. But how do you know the difference between a dream where someone's coming to visit you or you're getting something about the future versus just a regular dream? How do you know when you wake up that that's what happened?
Intense emotion.
Okay.
Intense emotion. So for example, I was really close to my dad's mom. So she, and I've mentioned her in episodes before, she was a green witch, 100%. Like she absolutely believed in natural medicines and in the metaphysical and supernatural. She spoke with ghosts all the time, but she was Catholic. She was a devout Catholic, and she was from Central America. And so I think that she had a very strong connection to the spiritual world without really knowing about it. And so when years after she died, I had a dream, and it began just like any other dream, just weird. It was like the family and I were at some theme park, and I was in the hotel, and I was waiting for the family or something like that, and I heard a knock on the door, and when I opened the door, it was her, except it was a younger her, and she was in this beautiful sundress. If I start crying, because I probably will, it is because like I woke up bawling. So I opened the door, and she said, "I don't have a lot of time, but go get your dad because I have something to tell him." And I don't remember what happened in between, because this was, oh my God, this was probably over a decade ago. It was definitely over a decade ago. But that's how strong it was that I remember it. And my grandmother used to give the most incredible hugs. And people say that I hug like her. Like she was this little petite thing, and she would just hug you with her whole being.
Yeah.
And so like she hugged me, and like I felt her, and I woke up and I was bawling, like.
Yeah.
And so that's when I know, like, because there's a strong emotional connection that they're there. So
it's wonderful that she was able to come and visit you.
She's visited me a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have no idea what the message was, because like she wanted to give it to my dad. But my dad also gets dreams with like my grandmother was very she absolutely believed that like our ancestors and the people who have gone before us, like that they watch over us, and they're our guardian angels. And she always said like, your abuelita is looking over for us, who was my great grandmother. And like before she died, she'd be like, "Oh, I was talking to Tata." I'm like, Tata died like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like she was very much communicative with people on the other side. And so Yeah, I think that because in my sleep, you know, when you're dreaming, obviously you're going to have like the, for lack of a better term, like a photo dump, right? Like your brain has to let go of everything that's happened in the day. Um, but you're also, your mind's just open.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's how people communicate.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think it's such a wonderful thing
Mm-hmm.
to be able to maintain that connection even through death.
Yeah.
That it brings such comfort.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen her in a while, and it hasn't happened for a while, but it's always in a time when I like need to hear something or,
Yeah.
yeah. But I've never had like at least not that I can remember. I don't remember my dreams very often. And when I do, it's just because I'll clock it when I wake up, because
Mm-hmm.
once you wake up, it's just gone. And it's meant to be like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever had like a prophetic dream. Have you?
I have. I've had a couple.
Yeah.
And mine tend to be a little weird.
Yeah.
Celebrities frequently play a role in these dreams.
Love that.
Yeah, not that I think I'm being visited by a celebrity, but just that they play a role. There was one dream, and this one cracks me up. And it's going to sound really weird, but if you know me in real life, it's going to track with my personality that it sounds weird. It's fine. But I had gone through a divorce, and I was living on my own literally for the first time in my entire life,
Mhm.
because I had my kiddo very young. And so I'd gone from living with, foster care, but living with a family, to living on my own, but with a kiddo. And then I got married and whatever. So I hadn't really ever lived in a place that was completely my own. And so I moved into my apartment, and it was, my cat was there. So I guess never completely alone. So just me and my cat. And I was a little bit untethered, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't really have any connection to anything. I mean, I had my job and my kiddo and whatnot, but they weren't living at home. So I was a little disconnected from things, and I'd lost a lot of friendships through the course of my marriage. It happens sometimes, and then through the course of my divorce, I lost a few more, which also happens. So I was very alone, which I'm not uncomfortable with. I'm okay with my own company. So at any rate, I wasn't doing a lot to change that. I was just kind of living my life. But I went to bed one night, and I had this dream where, I don't know, like in Beetlejuice, you know how the afterlife is just this kind of office, yes. Right? Yeah. So I was in an office very much like that, and I was sitting in a chair, and there was a desk, and the person on the other side was this very like frazzled older woman, mm-hmm. right? And she had all these filing cabinets and all these files and stuff, and there was a filing cabinet, like an upright one, kind of behind her, and Chris Farley was there. If you're my age, you know who this guy is. He was a very famous comedian. Yeah. Saturday Night Live, did a lot of movies, goofy, funny. I'm a huge fan. I've always been a huge fan. So anyways, he's there, and he's just leaning on a file cabinet. He's not saying anything. And the person that's working there, the frazzled woman, she leans on her desk like this, and she goes, "Chris Farley is very worried about you." And she's dead serious, right? She's just like, "Chris Farley is very worried about you. You need friends. You need to make 3 friends." Wow. Right? And she's like, opened my file, and she's like, you have to make 3 friends. Wow. And you need to do this quickly. And I was like, straight up said, "Bitch." Yeah. Like I felt like it was a meeting with a social worker, kind of. Like, or she's just like, and Chris Farley's just nodding. Like he's got a very serious look on his face, and he's just leaning and he's nodding. Was her name Juno? I don't know. But he didn't say anything the whole time. He was just there, and he looks very serious, like he really is concerned. Like, oh my God, that's fantastic. So I woke up, but the dream felt different than a regular dream. Like it really felt like I'd been called to the principal's office. Yeah. And I needed to get my shit together. Yeah, like I needed to get my shit together. And so I did. I set out to like make friends, and I did. I made a few friends. And then I got kind of like comfortable. Yeah. You know, like the dream kind of faded, and I've got my friends, but I didn't have 3. And then so I had a follow-up dream. And this time it was David Spade.
Wow.
And I was at his house with one of the new friends I had, and he wasn't there. We were getting ready to go camping.
Yeah.
And packing our stuff. And like he had gone to the store to get something. And he came back and he was very annoyed with me because I wasn't ready yet. Like I was supposed to have been ready and I wasn't ready. And he looks at me and he goes, you're running out of time. You need to get it together. And I woke up, and even though that dream wasn't related to the Chris Farley dream, but for the fact that I believe in real life they were friends.
Yeah.
I knew it was related. Like, I woke up knowing I just got chastised for making 2 friends and calling it a day. And it was like, no, you needed 3 friends and you need to do it right now. And I don't know.
Isn't that so weird though? Because I've had that happen to me before too. And I've talked to you about one of them, but it's like the after the fact. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? It's late. But it's after the fact you kind of start putting the puzzles together.
Yes.
And you're just like, oh shit. Because I think the part of me that is really kind of tends to kind of shrug off my dreams is that I have no idea what they mean. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I have no idea what anybody's trying to tell me unless they're like in my face. Because I've had dreams of so in my first marriage, my partner ended up passing away. And so I was a widow at 40, and it was a really hard time in my life. And I had a lot of dreams where he came to me and it was really hard. But like, it wasn't like there was anything specific or anything. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm grieving. Like probably my brain is just needing to like let go of all of this, of all these emotions. And so for me, it's like, how do we interpret the dream, right? Is he trying to say something? Now, there was a dream where I went back to a dream that I had had like 8 years ago, and I said, holy shit. And that was the dream where I think that he was telling me, no, go get married, have your life, like be happy. I'm okay with this. Like, I want you to be happy kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you remember me telling you.
I do.
But it linked the dream that I had all the way back to one that I had in 2018. And it was insane to me because I was like, I mean, at the time I was thinking, oh my God, because he gave me a date. He gave me a date in October. And I was like, am I going to die that day? Am I going to, because that's where you go. Like, that's where I was going. I was grieving. I was, my mental health was completely at shit. And like, I had no idea what that meant. Why is he giving me this date in October? Like, October what? What year? Da-da-da. And then I just left it alone. And then I had another dream where he gave me a reassuring kiss on my forehead, said, it's almost Thanksgiving. And then I woke up and I was like, what the fuck does that mean? But there were things happening at that time that I was like, okay. And then I kicked back into, oh my God, we're going to be getting married. We were going to have our civil wedding. And we had decided that our wedding was going to be in October.
Yep.
And it like all came back. And of course I started crying because grief is not linear. Right. But yeah, I mean, it's just strange shit like that where it's like all of a sudden my brain goes, oh, it's almost like Usual Suspects. And I'm totally dating myself. If you've never watched this movie, you need to watch this movie. It is a masterclass in like, anyway, but it's like putting the pieces together and realizing what you're being told, like what the message is.
And I think that happens sometimes that we kind of understand the message when we're supposed to.
Yeah.
That it kind of comes when it's supposed to.
That's true.
But there is a shortcut.
Yeah.
There's a workaround. Tarot.
I mean, that's fair.
You can truly pull some tarot cards to get some insight into what your dream meant.
Yeah.
And that can be really helpful. If you have a dream that's kind of nagging at you.
Yeah.
One that's hard to let go of.
Yeah.
I am really fortunate, I think, in that my spirit guides or whoever it is that gives you messages in dreams tend to be very matter of fact. Like, this
that is nice.
Is what's happening. This is what you need to know. That has happened to me on multiple occasions, and I've been very lucky.
I have such squirrel energy that I think they're trying to trudge through my brain and trying to get a message across. And it's kind of like, again, I'm going to make another movie reference, but please bear with me. But it's in like Underworld when she's trying to give a message to Victor and she's trying to like look in the mirror and Victor gets it. He's like, it's all modeled. I don't understand. And I think that when they get into my brain, they're just like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? I need to trudge through this shit.
And I think that they're more clear with me for the exact same reason.
Yeah.
I think because like during the day, trying to like give me a sign, I'm going to miss that shit. We talked about this in the ghost episode. Like, if I'm being haunted, I'm never going to know because I'm so distracted. It's very like Nutty Professor. Like, I just walk around opening doors and cabinets and I don't even know who's doing what. So I think I miss a lot of signs while I'm awake. And so I think they know if they want to reach me, I have to be unconscious. And then they just are like, listen, dear God, would you just fucking listen?
The exasperation.
They're like, we don't have time to just like make this, weird. We have to just fucking tell you this is what.
There's no signs.
There's no signs. And I'm still like, I wonder what they meant by I have to make 3 friends in 3 months. That was so mystical and unclear to me. So much so that they had to have a follow-up dream. So
they're like, not 1, not 2. It has to be 3. It has to be 3.
3 friends, 3 months. What the fuck is wrong with you?
1 a month. It can't be more clear.
Download Bumble for friends.
Oh my God.
I just wake up and it's already there.
No, that's so real though. That's so real. Because sometimes I have some really fucked up dreams. And I don't necessarily have a lot of nightmares, but I have frightening aspects in my dream. But I dream like it's a movie. I don't know how you dream.
Yeah, it's usually.
But it's like I'll have like action sequences. Drama, it's just like, and so sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, that was really interesting, that I should make that a movie. But but sometimes I'm just like, that was just my brain being my brain,
I mean, I think a lot of dreams are just that. I mean, I definitely have the anxiety dreams. All my teeth fall out, or none of the bathrooms have a door on them.
Oh my God, that is so real.
Like, those are just those anxiety dreams.
The like having to pee in the office, but there's only one toilet and it's in the middle of the office dream.
I honestly, my theory is that we have those kinds of dreams so that we don't pee the bed. Right? Like, we have to pee so bad.
So fair.
If that toilet worked, it'd be over.
That is so real.
Yeah. Those bathrooms cannot work. If they ever do, you're peeing the bed.
Oh my God. Oh, fair. So, have you had any other like dreams that pop out at you? I mean, I've had other dreams where, like, obviously I have family members like in them and they just happen to be in the dream, but I don't know if they're actually like telling me something.
Yeah.
I've
had a lot of visitations by folks who've passed away. I have an aunt, it's my dad's sister, who I don't even remember ever meeting. My mom and her were really good friends. That's how my mom met my dad. Was through her. And so they were very close, introduced my parents, but like I said, I didn't really know her. They moved away before I was born or while I was very little. And so I had no contact with her. But when she died, that night, somebody yelled my name and it woke me up.
I've done that too.
Yeah, I was like asleep, and you know how I sleep. I sleep like the dead. Like there's
the dead.
There's nothing that wakes me up, but I was asleep and I just heard somebody yell my name and I woke up and I looked and everybody was asleep.
Yeah.
And I was the only one awake. And so
that's happened to me too.
And then I got a call the next day that my aunt had passed away and I was like, That is so.
That is so weird.
So she came just yelled my name and left. Like it.
She's like, wake up, bitch.
Thanks, Aunt Anne, I guess. Nice to meet you very briefly as you shout my name on your way through.
Yeah, no, I've heard my grandmother's call me. I've heard my grandmother call my name when like I'm just about asleep.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, what?
Yeah, and my best friend passed away, gosh, 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's 2024, I think.
Yeah. So 2 years.
So 2 years ago. And probably a month after she died, she came to me in a dream. And I remember like talking to her, like we were just kind of catching up, like we hadn't seen each other in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked where she'd been, and she said she was with her brother. She'd been staying with her brother and like playing with his dog and stuff. And then she said she had to go. And I woke up and I was like sad because I was like, oh, I forgot she was dead. That happens, I think, sometimes right after someone dies. And then you wake up and you have to remember again. And it took me a second, but then I remembered she had a brother who passed away. And so she was with.
Good like, God. Okay. No, that you forget that they passed away. In my dream, if Scott would come see me, I'd be like, at first I'd be like, okay. But then my brain would kick in and it'd be like, no, dude, you're not supposed to be here. Yeah. Like, you're gone. Because it always is like we're just doing mundane shit. Mm-hmm. And so all of a sudden I'll be like, no, you're gone. And I'll have to like kick, like my brain kicks it. And I'll be like, okay, I'm dreaming. Like I'm dreaming. Yeah. Cause it'll be so real. So yeah, those are hard ones. Yeah, those are hard ones. They don't come as often anymore. Like for sure. I think a lot of like before we got together and because I saw him a lot before we got together. Mm-hmm. And I think it was him just being like, you're good. You're happy. You're about to meet somebody. I think he predicted you. And so I think it was a lot of, you're not going to see me. Because in one dream, it was him, but it wasn't him. And I think he had like changed himself. So I didn't freak out. And I didn't realize it until he was like, okay, well, I have to go. And it was like, I had to hold on to him again, you know? Yeah. And, that's fine. Yeah. But I think it's, you know, when they want to like make sure you're okay. Yeah. I think it's a lot for me because I'm me, so everybody checks in on me. But I think it's a lot of checking in and just like, okay, you're not going to see me, but I'm okay and you're going to be okay. Yeah.
It's really interesting. I had not the same experience, but when my mom passed away a very long time ago. I did not see her. I didn't have any dreams about her. I didn't sense her at all until just a couple of years ago. And it was so weird that all of a sudden she was showing up in my dreams. All of a sudden I was kind of feeling her presence. Yeah. And I couldn't figure out why that was. Yeah. And I have a younger sister who I think I was like 15 or 16 when she was born. And she was given up for adoption at birth. I've never met her except for when she was first born. Mm-hmm. But she had turned 18. When my mom started going, it was going to make me cry. My turn. So it was that my sister didn't need her anymore. Yeah. And so because I was older when my mom died, I think I didn't need her the way my sister must have at that time. Yeah. Which makes me think that when we pass on, that our energy must still stay kind of bound. Yeah. You know, it's not like a piece of you can go visit this person and a piece of you can go visit that person. Right. But there must still be some kind of rules about that. Because if he would come and visit you and then he has, at a certain point, he doesn't anymore, he might be doing something else. That there isn't like a part of him that's just always there. Because I used to think that was that, you know, someone when they pass on, they're just all seeing, all knowing, they're with everybody all the time. But with my mom, it made me realize that, I don't think that's the case. I think she had to pick.
Gotcha.
So it was very interesting.
That is, because I think there is, I mean, obviously, we're talking about dreams, but the dreams that we've experienced, especially the visitation dreams, are people that we were very close to, that we love very much, that we have some kind of emotional connection to, that they have, like, for lack of a better phrase, they have a piece of our heart, right? Yeah. And so that bond, that tie, when they want to see us, they can just tug on that.
Yeah. Yeah, they can see us when they want to, but I don't think they can simultaneously.
Or when we need them to.
Yeah. I don't think they can simultaneously be in two places. Which
fair.
Annoys me a little, because I was hoping like when we died, we could just do whatever, but apparently
there are rules.
Good Lord,
there's rules in everything.
Do they ever end? What the fuck?
I don't know. I mean, the universe has rules in its own chaotic self. You know what I mean?
I'll write a letter to Chris Farley.
You want to know something that's funny? My family used to call Scott Chris Farley.
Maybe it was him. He was very worried about me. I need to get on Bumble for Friends right now.
Because that's how we met! Oh my god! Did we just have a realization?
We met on Bumble for dating.
We did, but it's so funny.
It was funny.
Because his hair looked exactly like, and he was just this paunchy white guy.
I mean, yeah, it was a punchy white guy hanging out in this office. You need to get your shit together.
Bless you, baby. Oh, that's so funny. Well, this was
chaotic, as our After Dark episodes are wont to be.
Yeah, but that was a really interesting one, for sure. Well, I hope you guys survived that emotional trauma. No, I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to hear if you guys have had experiences, because I do have, my sister. Hey, sis. My sister also has visitation dreams.
Ooh, I want to hear about those.
Yeah. My sister definitely has visitation dreams, and I have one of my best friends, shout out to Care Bear. She has prophetic dreams, and so I visited her too. Yeah, it was really weird.
He's real popular. I guess so. He's just out visiting everybody.
So I'd love to hear. Sorry, let me get back to it. Whew. Let's shake that off. Let's just shake that off for a second. Let me get back to this. This was an emotional one, baby. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming and listening with us. This was a really interesting. I've always been curious about dreams, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us get emotional.
And if you want to share your dreams, we'd be happy to talk about them here.
I would love to hear about people's dreams.
If you have questions about dream interpretation, I would love to interpret your dreams. So drop those in there, and I can do that for you.
Please. I would love to hear these. I love hearing dream interpretations.
Yeah, they always say nobody wants to hear about your dreams. I'm the exception. Tell me.
Because dreams are unhinged.
Yes, fascinating.
They can be absolutely... Yes.
Tell me your dreams.
Tell us your dreams. Tell us your dreams, not just her.
Yeah,
tell us your dreams. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for going on this emotional roller coaster with us. This is always something that's just an interesting topic. Oh,
agreed.
Gosh, this was a good episode. All right, guys.
If we do say so ourselves. All right, like and subscribe, all the things.
All the things. Cheers.
Cheers.